from Clitheroe Rugby Club to all our members, parents of junior members and club supporters. As well as us wanting to deliver a general communication to everyone as to where the club's up to, this video is also a request for your help. So thanks in advance for taking the time to hear what we've got to say, as it's incredibly important to safeguard the future of our beloved club. So we're at the end of September, and the season right now should be in full swing. Instead, as we're all fully aware, the reality is starkly different. Since the end of what was a curtailed season last season, we've been working hard as a club in conjunction with our governing body, the RFU, to ideally see us returning to rugby across the board as soon as possible. We initially hoped for a normal start in September, but as of last week, we were actually told the earliest we'll start is January. However, we also need to plan for this not happening as well. The reality we face is that we might only return to proper competitive rugby this time next year or possibly even later. So let's start with the positive scenario in terms of rugby returning sooner rather than later. So if rugby started in January or soon after, we'll obviously still have a hole in our revenue, as well as a challenge to keep everybody and everything ready for a delayed start to the season. Note that whilst we're confident we'd meet this challenge, we still need to do what we'll go through shortly, but the pressure will be less if we started January. So for a January start on the playing front, coaches and players in senior rugby especially have been working really hard to prepare for the season we initially hoped would start as normal in September. Training for the season has literally been the best ever in terms of content, enjoyment, development of individuals and attendance, with nigh on 70 players being involved over the last 10 or 11 weeks. So thanks to all involved, and to this end right now we have a band of hungry, fit rugby athletes ready to tear up anybody that they actually faced on the field when rugby proper does restart. The juniors have also commenced training from September, and whilst we've seen some super numbers here too through the opening weeks of the season, we've got to thank everybody, all the volunteers involved and the coaching and administration of the juniors. Obviously rugby returning in January as well would bring all of the financial benefits of increased footfall on Saturdays and Sundays with visitors coming to the club, and that backdrop would also allow us to basically hire out the clubhouse and allow it to return to full utilisation, hiring it out as we normally would. However, if the worst happens and the return to rugby is actually much longer than that, we're here starting the season in September 21, then it's imperative of what we'll do, what I'm going to go through in a minute. On the playing side, training will certainly continue for as long as we're able to, and together with a good mix of regular sessions of Saturday touch rugby and social events planned through the months, we believe we will retain everyone's engagement and pull through this together. However, not playing regular rugby for a whole year or longer and not being able to hire out the venue to get the utilisation required due to the restrictions, it will severely damage our ability to put anything on at all. After all, a club like ours exists to play rugby, but without income that playing might just have to stop, which is a horrible thought. You can be assured that the bills aren't stopping too, and whilst we've had some support from Ribble Valley, Lancashire RFU, it's not enough to keep the wheels turning right the way through into next year. So I come back to the question of how you, our members, parents of members and club supporters in general can help us right now. Well, those who know me know I like a little graphic or two, so here it is. Here we've outlined the 6 key areas we're focusing on and that we need help from you with, to be able to see us through this testing period and to make sure we come out of this in a secure and perhaps even stronger situation than we are right now. Number 1, increasing the clubhouse utilisation. Well, Jenny, as clubhouse manager, has this key task, and so far we were slowly increasing the amount of use of the clubhouse, both for members and for external users. Right now it is a tough thing to do. With the extra restrictions we've got, we really have to think differently, and we're reaching out to all those who've used the facility before pre-lockdown and also possible new users of the venue. Our wonderful clubhouse, which is the envy of many a rugby club, is a key revenue generator for the club, so any ideas are welcome here into as to how we might be able to use it to bring revenue into the club. Memberships. The initial plea went out to seniors specifically, the lads training regularly through the summer, and the response was brilliant. So thank you sincerely to all those who've paid already. It's really helped with what would normally be a fallow time for revenue. We acknowledge the value you might receive might be less than if you were playing a full season's league programme, so we really appreciate your commitment in paying even more. And there's some more to come on junior membership shortly. Sponsorship. As a club, we're trying to be more active in not only going out to get more sponsors, whether it's for pitchside boards, clothing sponsors, or soon to be player sponsors. We're finding ways to give greater value to our sponsors. Right now, our Facebook profile is superb. We've got multiple channels to share the names of those businesses who support us. So if you've seen posts relating to the Rugby World Cup last year or the NHS pitch thank you that Phil did, you'll likely know that these excellent posts were seen by thousands of people. Furthermore, you'll hopefully have noticed a significant increase in positive video content being generated across all aspects of the club. This type of content is ripe for a business to partner with us and help us help them raise their profile. So I'm sure we've got lots of members out there who can either help directly with their own businesses or know of others who have businesses who might be interested in helping out, whether it's to sponsor an event, a team, a player, a game, a channel. Whatever it is, we're looking to hear from you. Grants and donations. So this is an area where we've already done some work, and as I said before, we've been supported brilliantly with the RFU and Ribble Valley initially when COVID first hit. And looking around, it's clear that where clubs like us can show the value to its members and the community in which they operate, others can be willing to dig deep to ensure that value continues. And over many years, not only have we given back to the local community in terms of the provision of fitness and enjoyment by playing rugby, we've also raised substantial amounts of money for charities and those less fortunate than the majority of our members. And for this season, we're supporting both Lancashire Mind and the Foundation for Ribble Valley Families, two brilliant charities that support people with mental health challenges. Essentially, we're looking for people to help us to help them. So if we continue to not only survive but thrive, we can continue to help these types of organisations both now and into the future. And we're in the process right now of setting up a crowdfunding page as a central focus point for donations and money raising for the club, so that we'd appreciate any help that you can give us in terms of advice, pointing us in the right direction of the financial assistance we're looking for. Merchandise. So we've had a shop for some time operating from links on the website, and the shop is separated currently into senior and junior sections with both branded Canterbury gear, a bit like this, and more basic, affordable yet good quality apparel too. We're currently expanding those ranges and bringing it together over the coming weeks so it'll look a lot easier, look a lot better. Please have a look and remember that you're not just buying stuff when you're buying stuff from the site, you're not just buying it to advertise for the club and to look good, but you're actually bringing money back into the club by investing in that gear. And who doesn't want to wear maroon and gold at the end of the day? And finally, the sixth point is people coming into the club and assisting with us with our bar revenues. We do aim to be open every Saturday and Sunday as well at various points in the week, irrespective of these restrictions that we've got to comply with. You can really help by making Saturdays and Sundays rugby days, just as you would in a normal league programme. We might not have that league programme, but we've certainly got regular safe touch sessions on Saturdays for the seniors. We're developing things for the juniors, and we've got regular social events being planned from month to month. So mixing it up a little bit. So why not try to make Saturdays and Sundays rugby days, just as you would when rugby proper starts, when it finally does return. And just come and have a drink with us. Every little bit will definitely help. So thank you for listening to this. And to end, I'll ask a simple question. How can you support your rugby club right now? Hopefully we've given you some ideas as to what's possible. And even better, you'll develop your own ideas along the 6 areas, or perhaps even more that I've mentioned. And we'd be really grateful to hear from you with any ideas you have. Just click and send us a message. We all want to make sure we're here in a number of years' time, looking back, building on the 40 odd years that we've been around already, talking about the tough times of COVID, but how it actually made us stronger and more secure as a club. We hope you all stay fit and healthy, and that we see you sometime at the club in one way or another. Thanks for listening, and see you soon.